I used to think nigga was a derogatory term till I met a nigga. So I tell people all the time, you don't know no nigga. You don't know nobody who was born with the word N-I-G-G-E-R on their birth certificate. And when they died, it was N-I-G-G-E-R on their birth certificate. There are still some niggas left today, like my grandmother. She's in the 80s, 84, 85. The old man who taught me about niggas, he's 78 right now. He called himself the last nigga. He was born in 1945. That's where you see 1945 on this ring. You see Nigga Nation. So we was taught about the African, the slave, the African slave, then the slaves. The slaves was called nigger, and nigger is a bad word. Then you got, from the nigger, you had colored. From colored, you had Negro. From Negro, you had black. From black, you had African American. And then today, you got the niggas and the hip hops. Now, when you say niggas, you got N-I-G-G-A. We niggas, real nigga, street nigga, thug nigga. So we niggas. We could never be a nigger. For one, we don't know how to grow food. We can read, they couldn't, so we could never be a nigger. So for a white person to call us a nigger, it's really a compliment, because those are the greatest people to have ever been born and lived on earth. They're the only human beings on earth who haven't done nothing wrong to nobody, and they got mistreated. They never started a war. Those are the only, and those niggers didn't come from Africa. The Africans who was brought here, the first generation was African slaves. The second generation was African slaves. The third generation was niggers made in America, because they stopped importing slaves into the country, because the world said, okay, we're not gonna do this anymore. What did America say? Fuck the world. We gonna make niggers right here. We're gonna make breeding farms. We're gonna call them motherfuckers. So there was no longer, so when they started breeding slaves here, these aren't Africans.
Thanks.
These aren't Africans. These are not indigenous people that was already here. These motherfuckers was made by the white man. And who give them a name? The white man. What was his name? Nigger. It wasn't Bob. It wasn't Jim. You didn't get the slave master's name. See, that's the biggest lie told her. You got your slave master's name. Slave master didn't give you no name, nigga. You was nigger. Mark Twain gave us a name. And that's just for my educated niggas who really know about America. Up until Mark Twain wrote the book, Huckleberry Finn, the nigga didn't have a name. Come here, nigga. Die, nigga. Fuck wrong with what you looking at, nigga? He didn't have a name.
That's real.
He didn't have his mama and them gave him a name. Chicken shit George. Because George knew how to fuck with the chickens on the plantation, so they called him little Chicken George. Come here, Chicken George. This is the slave plantation. But when he leave that motherfucking plantation, he a nigga. He can't go to the next plantation and say, my name George Boss. Nigga, you better shut your motherfucking ass up, nigga. So he couldn't say that, right? So those people never had a problem with being a nigga. They was born nigger. They want us, black people of today want us to believe that the people before us had a problem with being called nigga. They had no problem with being called nigga. They just didn't want to be hung and mistreated. The slave who was born into slavery didn't know slavery was, don't know nothing before that, right? So let me stay on topic. So the Africans had a language on their plantations. That's why when you watch the movie Roots, they kept calling Kunta the Geechee man. Come on now, Geechee man. They don't talk to that Geechee man. So the Africans didn't really bond and form with the nigger slaves. They had two different mindsets. The African was conquered and enslaved. The black man showed up and it was slavery. Born. His mother taught him this is the way, you do what he said. So he knew nothing other than to submit to slavery.